Well, we're on. So let's wait for someone to join. I was trying to figure made it in time. One job you had, set up your workstation. Hanging around, moving cars at 1 minute to 7. So you're 2 minutes late, it's frigging his fault. Moving around, fanning around. Winding me up already. So yeah, just wait for a couple of people to join in.
Is that alright there?
Huh?
Is that alright there on the screen?
The gym's fine.
No, I mean...
Is the screen okay? Yeah, it's not too bad. Got a new webcam today. It's looking a bit more smart than last week. Like, it's in the 1960s when you were born.
You were 50?
I was at least 50, yeah. So moving on, just quickly, guys, about 180. 180. I should really know, but I'm going to be done today. Yeah, they're about 180. So if you haven't got that sorted, get that ready. This one is a bit of a fast-paced one. Like with the previous one last week, we had a bit of time when the potatoes were in the oven, etc., to kind of talk and kind of fill a bit of time. This one may not have as much time as that. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes, and we're going to go through in terms of getting everything set up, because once everything's set up, it becomes a little bit easier for you. So in your cupboards, get out, what you're going to need is you're going to need 3 pans basically. You need one for the steak. The second pan is going to be used for the sauce as well. The second pan is going to be used for your potatoes, and the third pan is going to be used for your veg. Okay. Oh, shit. You're also going to need a roasting tin as well, just for your bonbons, but we can talk about that in a second as well. We've got a birthday today as well, so happy birthday, Margaret, for yesterday. I know she's watching, because she won works for me. Happy birthday. Nice to... She used to teach you back in uni, so shit myself as usual around there. But yeah, happy birthday anyway. Okay, so first off, we have gone with an Italian Salento tonight. So we went for a Melba last week and a Rioja the week before. A Salento, a bit more fruity. It's kind of link up well with the kind of mustardy Diane sauce, which is quite cool. Just quickly run through your box as well, so you know exactly what you've got. So we've got your veg, which consists of onions, garlic, leeks, and sprouts. Those are your potatoes, which are going to be for your sauteed potatoes. You've got your 2 fillets, 10 ounce. Oh my god, the sushi has to go mad. Have a look at them.
The webcam should go everywhere.
Hugo?
Bed.
Oh, shit. He's eating over here already. Right, okay, so yeah, then we've got bits for your sauce. So we've got the the Dijon mustard, the little pot is your brandy, the Worcester sauce. Is there like a big thing going on at the moment how you say Worcestershire sauce? I've got no idea how you say it. Your bonbons as well, which have already been panning for you. The dipping sauce with the bonbons, we're going to heat that up as well to make it a 4th pan actually. And we're going to heat that up before it goes on some sauces. And then we've also got your rosemary, which is quite a distinctive smell to it. And you've got your parsley, mushrooms, shallots, garlic cloves. I've got a chili out, so I'm going to make up my sauce a bit spicy. So if you haven't got any like dried chilies, crushed chilies, etc. in your cupboards, and you want to make your dipping sauce for your bonbons a bit spicy, we'll have it out now. Okay? So I'm quickly going to grab. So the first thing we're going to do is, because later on the sauce kind of goes a bit fast, we're going to get everything chopped up now. So just take your stalks out your mushrooms, and we're going to just chop up the mushrooms ready for the Diane sauce a bit later on, okay? So yeah, nice and thin, you want the slices, okay? and I think we give you like 4 or 5 mushrooms. So you probably want maybe 2 of them. If you're a really mushroom person, go for gold and go chop them all up. I'm just going to go for 3, because obviously they will shrink. Your shallots as well, just chop them in half, and again you want to just nice and fine as well. That will help to speed the cooking as well, okay? And you want them in strands rather than cubes. So that's going to be the foundation for your sauce as well. Your garlic as well. A nice thing to know is to make sure your garlic cloves aren't, or your garlic slices, sorry, aren't too thick. Bash the garlic down, and then when the garlic's crushed, just chop through it a couple of times, and that will allow you to have like a nice even chop to your garlic. I'm only going to chop 1 garlic for my sauce, but again, if you are a garlic person, go mad and start stinking all night. But I've probably got it later, so can't get booted out to walk home. Rosemary, you want to just take them off the stalks. So if they're facing up, you want to just drag your hand down, and the stalks will just come off like that. So you want maybe a stalk or 2. These are to go in your mushrooms in a second as well, so just get them prepared. So now you should have your mushrooms separate, your shallots separate, your garlic done, and your rosemary done. Nice and organised. I'm learning as we go. We'll left it to you.
Be fucked. Take it away.
Yeah, exactly. Pot noodles all around. Right, okay, guys. First thing we're going to do is go get one of the pans on, okay? Oh my god. So in terms of order, what we're going to be doing, the potatoes first. So potatoes are going to be in the pan for around about 4 or 5 minutes, depending if you've got gas, electric, or whatever. But I think 5 minutes is a nice sensible time. And we're going to do that until they kind of get a nice little burn around the edges, nice bit of caramelization on them. We're going to toss them around the pan a couple of times, put them in the oven, they'll be in there for around about 15 minutes. Then we're going to go straight onto the steaks, okay? So if you are doing like a medium steak, kind of just plan that around. I want to cook mine to medium rare, rare to medium actually. So basically I'm going to be doing mine about 6-7 minutes in the pan and leaving it to rest for around about 6 minutes. So I know I've got time in the oven to allow them to rest. Hopefully everybody is organised, nice and caught up, your oven's nice and hot. If you haven't, you might as well just pause me now and just catch up, because I'm dying for a glass of red, so I'm going to get cracking on. So our pan is starting to warm up. Just heat the pan up as well. Just to let you know as well, guys, these potatoes have already been salt and pepper for you, so if you do need to add any more salt and pepper, just be wary that it's already been done, so don't go overboard on it. Doesn't really need it, I suppose. Just for ease as well, guys, I've just chopped the butter up into kind of 4 cubes, just so it's easy access for me just to throw in a pan when needed, all right? You right there? Have a drink. I mean, for those who know me, it's very rare I haven't got a gin and tonic in my hand any time of the day, to be honest. Let's say it's a good job we made it actually online today, isn't it, Josh? I'll wait until later. Right, okay, so pan's nearly done, nearly on heat. So we've got some water, kind of reduce some moisture, so I'm just pulling them away a little bit. Don't want that in the pan, otherwise it will just spit all over. So just be careful with that. I just noticed that now. So as well with the pan, you want to just start putting your potatoes maybe flat side down. It just allows a bit more of an even crust on it, okay? So whenever you're ready, guys, go for that. Go and get them on the pan, okay? Probably wasn't it? That's good. You're made up, aren't you?
They're laughing.
so just start. I finally got some good tongs. I had to buy them myself, but I finally got them. So yeah, so put your potatoes in and then put them all flat side down. That's probably the key to it. So as well, it's not too uncommon to throw some shallots in there or red onions, whatever. If you want to kind of add a bit more texture to the potatoes, you're more than welcome to do it. I'm just going to stick with some garlic, some regular butter, and some rosemary. Again, this is all a guide. If you want to kind of mess around, mess up your own kind of recipes, you're more than welcome to. But I know what I'm doing. So listen to me. Honestly, it's literally up for interpretation, so you can do whatever you need to do. I'm just going to start seasoning the steaks. I hope the steaks have been out for a little while as well, guys. We recommend around about 30 minutes out of the fridge. The reason we recommend that is because when you start cooking a steak, especially the size or the thickness of the fillet, what you want is you want the core temperature to be as low as possible. So if you do cook it to a rare, for example, inside isn't cold. If it is ever cold and you go anywhere, well, obviously if you come for a steak, you come for a churrasco. But if you are going to go anywhere else, more for you. But yeah, so the middle of the fillet should always be relatively a good temperature, and that just means that the chef knows what to do and they're taking it out of the fridge at a relevant time. So yeah, so they start to round the bottom now, I hope. Yeah. So once it starts to brown the bottom, you can be a bit more vigorous with your kind of hand work and start shaking around if you want. Not a problem. Well, I think I'm just going to be the last 8 seconds. I'm just going to get the bonbons. The tin, normally I do things so there's less cleaning up, but you need a bit of breathing space for the sides to get cooked as well. So I'm just going to get a roasting tin out, guys, and just put them on there. I'm just going to give them a little tiny bit of a seasoning and the smallest drizzle of oil. I'm going to get them in the oven the same time the same time the potatoes go in. So about now you should be starting to shake your potatoes down. You should have a nice little bearing on like that. How it should be. And the second we're going to add some butter, and as always, the rule, guys, if you are adding butter into a pan, always add a bit of oil and it just stops the butter from burning and turning that horrible brown kind of ugly colour. So yeah, bear that in mind. Always adding butter, add oil at the same time, just reduces the chance of burning. Oh my god, my mates are talking to me now. Nigella, the microwave. Right, so add a bit more oil in there, because I'm going to add some butter now, okay? And it's literally just a knob of butter. I live with a knob. Yeah, and some garlic as well, guys, okay? And what we want now is we want the garlic and the butter to start talking to each other. And when that happens, it kind of comes like a really explosion of flavour in there, and it starts sticking to every angle of the mushroom. How do I keep calling them mushrooms?
I know.
Why didn't you use it? It's got these in front of me.
Move them.
I'm going to have to move them. So I start tossing the butter and the garlic around, you'll be able to really smell that coming through. As I say, guys, if you do need to season it any more, just be wary that it doesn't need too much, because they've already been pre-done by our lovely Much in the restaurant. I've got a comment there, 1 second. Ready to go. Hey! Chris, look good, Judy. Okay, and you want just some rosemary on there. Yeah, as I said before, guys, just 2 or 3 sprigs of rosemary will be absolutely fine in there, okay? So you want them to medium heat for about another 1 more minute, and then we're going to get them in the oven for around about 12 to 15 minutes. A tip for mushrooms. Oh my god, mushrooms! I swear to God.
Just call them mushrooms, yeah.
Prop them with a friggin' knife. Just prop them with a knife as well. If there's any resistance to knock done, but if it goes through cleanly, it means the potato is done.
The onion.
Yeah, just another couple of seconds on that, guys. Okay. Where's that? Where's the bottle of strawberry? Is it down there? Sorry, it's not getting.
Busy.
Take. Have you tried this, by the way? The strawberry and black pepper with your meal. We tried last night, didn't we? Absolutely lovely. I'm not normally a fan of flavoured gins, but I really liked it. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more of the green now as well, guys. Okay. I'm going to add a pinch of shallots. No mushrooms. There's not mushroom for them.
Drummies.
Right, guys. Maybe in about 5-6 minutes, we're going to go in the oven now for 15. Okay. And at the same time, get your bonbons in as well. Just get them nice and crisp. They're going to take about 15 minutes to do. So, as I say, they're going to be about 12 to 15 minutes to complete that. So if you are doing like a medium steak, get that on now. It's going to take around about 6 to 7 minutes in the pan, about 2 minutes in the oven, which takes 6 to 8 minutes, and you need it to rest for around about 7 to 8 minutes as well. So as your steak's going to be ready, so are the rest of your dishes as well. We've got about a minute to spare just because I'm doing mine a bit more rare. I just feel like a fillet should be like a rare to a medium. I don't think, to be honest, you shouldn't really do it any more than medium. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you're me, Laura. God help if she's watching, but you know, well done. Thanks. Okay, we need to talk about your first selection. What are you joking, Laura? Yeah. So, in terms of pan for your steak, a frying pan is completely fine. I've just chopped turnovers this week to go with a griddle pan, no particular reason. Normally with a fillet I'd use a frying pan, but Josh didn't put the dishwasher on, so I've only got the griddle pan available. You are getting blamed.
Yeah, a lot. It's fine. It's fine.
Next time you flick the cooking, I'll come with.
Boil the kettle for 2 minutes. See what he does, yeah. Season.
It's the same needs. Do you want boys out of the gym then? Like last week, even though I was doing all the cooking, I still made you a gin midway through the.
I can't move. I can't move, so it's fine.
Figure it out. How many sous chefs getting on?
5. Flat out.
Show them.
The webcam's going to go everywhere.
Boys? Look at that again. Boys?
Got steak coming.
You can't touch some cooking. Cooking news. Pans nice and hot, getting hotter. Frying pan should be done by now. This should take another minute or so. The important thing as well, guys, is to always oil the steaks first, and just a little tiny minimum amount of oil on the pan. Just because if you do it too, if you oil the pan too much, it always shallotize itself. It's a bit too burn around the edges, so just bear that in mind as well. So I've oiled the steaks and seasoned them already. Oh my God. Why do you think the dogs look?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a ballerina now. Fanning around everywhere. Right, I'm gonna quickly test. Yeah, pans are ready. So guys, you need to start getting your fillets into the pans now. We're going to take, if you're doing it to rare, about 6-7 minutes, and some more 7 to 8. When you put any form of meat into the pan, you want to hit that sizzle as well. It just means it's starting to cook the steaks of it as well. I'm going to be looking at my phone just to look at that. Dogs are so cute and adorable, aren't they? Well, you should get more mentions than me. Where are you? He fucked off now.
Mm.
And probably isn't the best choice of shirt either. I did ask Josh for shirt. I went for like a nude colour shirt with loads of oil, so you're buying me a new one. As well, guys, with the sticks, so I don't want to be shaking around too much. You want to have the pan do the work. So before you move anything, give it about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and when you turn it, you'll be just dead impressed with the colour. If you start moving around way too fast, it just looks like a piece of chopped liver. That's not really what you want. There's our Graham. Oh yes. Oh my God, Daisy, it's dead organised. Well done. You've got another story now, Queen. This is as live as it gets. Yes, and Siobhan is live as well. That's really nice. Right, we've been on for about a minute now, guys. You want to just he says don't move the stakes too early, slightly too early. You want to get a nice little brown on the bottom of them, okay? Is everybody topped up with gin or wine? If you're not, get your partner or your housemate or whatever to pour you a fresh one. I'm nearly finished this actually.
Is that the pink one as well? The strawberry one? Is that the strawberry one?
No, it's just a normal one. I'm just looking what you do. Open a free bottle. Right, so obviously the instructions, you do have like a cooking time for the fillets as well. So if you just say 6 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever it might say, it's not 8 minutes each side, it's 8 minutes in total. So you want kind of maybe like 3 minutes each side, and just bear in mind the outside, the sides as well. And then nice quick. So when you're flipping your steaks, guys, you want to have a nice colour on it like that. A bit close to this one.
Not a clue, I can't do that one yet.
Check your spuds. Come on, nicely.
They went in at 17.
Oh, you actually want
this week. Yeah. I'm on it.
Good. What have you cared about the last couple of weeks as you did? I've not been impressed at all. I've been to fight for myself.
Being like, gagging.
Huh?
Gagging.
Gagging? So, whatever pan you're cooking the steak in now, you just make sure that you are ready to do the Diane sauce in the same pan. The reason for that is all of the big juices that you have in the pan are going to be, it's going to really support the strength and the depth of that sauce. It's not, you can use it with like a beef stock, for example, in a different pan and do it at like time, but you're cooking it to order essentially. So what you want is you want to have that kind of authentic feel of a proper classic Diane sauce, which is just, for me, it's one of my favourite sauces. We don't even serve it at Roscoe, oddly enough. We do get asked about it sometimes, but it feels like whenever I put it on the bloody menu, nobody orders it. And also we need the pan work and stuff like that, so sometimes it kind of gets in the way of a general service. It does particularly have to be done to order if you're going to do it properly, which is obviously really important. Have a reputation like ours. So, they've been in for, how long have they been in for?
They went in 4 minutes, yeah.
And you got. So yeah, as well on your instructions it does say like if you've got like a thicker fillet, add a couple of minutes on, just because like with any animal or human or whatever, it all comes in different shapes and sizes. So sometimes the fillets can be really, really fat, and sometimes it can be a bit more stumpy and wider. So just bear that in mind. Like, I've kind of I've done my timings based on probably about an inch and a half thick fillet. So if you have like a taller fillet, I think I've got like a 2-inch fillet over there. So I'm going to cut mine for slightly long. But if you have like an inch or inch and a half fillet, just bear in mind that the timings on your cooking instructions will be for that type of fillet. And say if you have got like a taller fillet, add a couple of minutes, or simply put it in the oven for a minute or two just to cook to the temperature as well. A nice way to know if it's done as well, just come over here. So you've got 3 different bounces on your hand. So between like your thumb and your index finger, there it's nice and bouncy. That's like a nice rare to medium rare. At the base of your thumb over here, it's a bit more firm. That's a medium. And at the top here, the well done, which has got no give at all.
Taste. Oh, yeah.
What?
It's got no taste.
You've got no taste. In fact, you've got no taste for me. Right, okay, so my fillet is nicely covered on both sides now. When I talk about the sides, obviously I've done the top and the bottom of it. We want to just kind of sear the outsides of it now, so just bear that in mind. They won't need as much time, but just kind of get them nice and caramelised as well. You're probably looking at about 30 seconds on each side, just bear that in mind as well. And you'll notice that the brandy is optional in the cooking instructions as well. The reason it is optional is because some people don't want it because for religious reasons, or they're doing dry January, like us. Yeah, so just if you don't want the brandy, not a problem, guys. Don't worry about it. It just adds, for me, it just adds the authenticity of Diane sauce. Just if you want another drink, you're going to have to get it yourself, or just hold your horses on it.
I will.
Gonna put them around, guys. Okay, so I'm going to add a bit of butter into this as well, just before I start resting them. And the reason I'm adding a bit of butter is because I want the butter to almost drag some of that beef flavour out of the steak, and then it'll be straight into the Diane sauce as well, which is really cool. Let's go on. That way.
Press, yeah, left. Left button.
Oh my god, that.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Okay, so your steak should start taking a bit of shape now, guys. Our kitchen's so smoky, I'm dead sorry. With the shitty camera last week, you couldn't see it. Okay, so our steaks are going to need a little minute or two in the oven, as by yours. As I say, if they're really bouncy and really flabby, put them in the oven just to stay them up a little bit. But they will start cooking a tiny bit when they are resting, which is an important thing to know. Okay, literally. Just put them in the oven for about 2 minutes, okay? I'm just going to get rid of some of this big smoke. So in that same pan that you had your fillet on, you want to be starting to think about your sauces. So you do need to have your shallots done, your garlic done. 1 clove's fine. Again, if you want a bit extra, not a problem. Shallots chopped, mushrooms chopped, garlic chopped. Brandy sorted, Worcester sauce sorted, and your Dijon mustard sorted. Oh, and your cream. That's what you're going to need for the sauce in a couple of minutes, guys, in case you bear that in mind.
I open that door. I'll open that door, yeah. Should I open the door?
Huh? Yeah, open the door. Okay, our steaks are now at a nice medium rare, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put them on a plate to allow them to rest. As I say, that they'll probably take around about 8 minutes to rest, but they are nice rare to medium rare. Now, I'll have a little look at the colour of them, Josh.
Is that even on screen?
Huh?
Is that on screen? Is it on the screen? I can't see it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm blind.
Okay. So, as I say, like normally these videos take around about an hour, but as I say, it's a bit more fast-paced this time. So, hope everyone's kind of caught up. So, at the moment, you should have your bonbons in the oven. They should be around about 7-8 minutes away from finishing. Your potatoes should be around about 7-8 minutes from finishing, and your steak should be around about 6 minutes from stopping resting. Okay. We've probably got about a minute or two just to relax a little bit. If your pan is on with the pan that you had your steaks in, if it's on the heat, take that off for a second, okay? The juices are going to be fine, but what we're going to do, we're going to add that back to the heat in a second because the sauce probably takes about 3 or 4 minutes. Not long at all, but we're going to focus on the vegetables in a second, okay? So you need to get your leeks and your sprouts ready. No, there's no commentary this time. There's no one popping up with any messages. Last week I was saying hello. People at the staff are winding me up. All that type of stuff.
Be doing dead good this week, yeah.
Everyone's got anything to tell me now. What'd you say?
Must be doing it dead well this week. Explaining yourself, yeah.
I'm not rehearsed, you can probably tell. I've had the smoke hitting off everywhere. I imagine fire alarms going off everywhere. Do you?
Fuck, there's a bag on that. Imagine.
Right, guys, you need to get a pan on the oven now, ready for your vegetables, okay? Then it will take about 4 to 5 minutes to do, and then we're going to start to nearing up the plating up stage, okay, of the whole dish. As I say, this normally. Potatoes smell unreal, they are really good. Okay, so check out potatoes again, a little put your knife in. Our potatoes are done. This is a bottle from well done. So our potatoes are done, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm doing our
that's shocker, it's shocker.
One job.
Just switch the oven down.
One job he had,
yeah.
Swear to God.
Switch it down, yeah.
What?
It's chocolate.
Film the sous chefs because I'm going to need to enter this oven.
Right. The chocolate, there's chocolate. Let me shut that door.
So now definitely we should start thinking about our vegetables now. So your leeks, they're in whole. What I'm going to suggest is chopping into 3. It'll just speed the cooking process up a little bit. This is a nice knife. Where'd you get it from?
Robbed it in it. Tesco. Robbed it from Tesco. Yeah.
Okay, so veg pan on, bit of oil on the bottom, and what we're going to do, we're going to put our vegetables in, so we're going to do our, they want to be pre-packed with onions, garlic, sprouts, and leeks as well. I'm going to just finish it off with a little bit of butter, just to kind of get the nice little sticky brown textures or tones to it. So we're going to put the sprouts, onions and the garlic in first, so they take slightly longer than the leeks. You heard a big sizzle now. How's Siobhan getting on, by the way? It depends if she's even a bottle of wine yet. I've got a feeling Siobhan's like, just watching on catch up. That's how she is. Like, literally. So a bit like the potatoes, you want to be getting the sprouts face side down. It allows them to have a nice little char on them, okay? And again, the reason you want to do it in different layers is because if you start to fry off your onions and your garlic first, it really adds a bit of a nutty texture through the vegetables. If you throw it all in, it'll be fine, but it'll just end up like a bit of the same flavour right way through. You want to, if you toast garlic opposed to just stir fry it, it adds a totally different dimension. I'm smashing it. You're going to have me in the kitchen next week, all right? So with this sprouts, I should be smelling really good. So that garlic, I can't actually smell it. What are you putting to your
20 minutes down, yeah.
7 minutes, 20 minutes?
17.
7, just 3 minutes in between.
Oh, you're well done and vile, yeah.
Yeah, it'll take another couple of minutes for those. Come on, I'm dead later. Right, pass. I'm gonna go. Just bear with me, guys. I'm gonna get some plates. So we get the plates on the top, or we just get them nice and warm. No, I'm not. Put it all up for a second. The reason I was warming the plates, guys, because the sauce is going to be on the base of the steak, so I want to get I don't want the sauce to go too cold. Right, okay. So I'm quite happy with those sprouts and salt. They take on a nice little colour. So I'm going to add the leeks now as well. Some garlic in there as well. These haven't been seasoned, guys, as well, so you do need to add any salt and pepper. Add it now as the last ingredient goes in. Start seasoning it now. So yeah, so your sprouts and your leeks just start taking on a nice charred effect now. Set up for the big reveal. That one RuPaul. Okay, and start thinking about adding a bit of butter to this veg, and again when the butter hits, always add a bit of oil. All together now. Stop it burning. But also just add that stickiness to the veg that I just feel like we need. Top that up next week, we'll be getting digged. No, not again. Okay, so your vegetables probably around about 3 to 4 minutes away from being finished. Your potatoes should be done, because ours were done 4 or 5 minutes ago, so they should be done any moment. As I say, it's the tiniest bit of sauce, guys, so if you want to put that in the microwave or whatever, just kind of heat that through. You're more than welcome to. I'm just going to pop it in the pan just to kind of heat that through. This is to get served with your bonbons, okay? Once that's hot, we're going to go straight into our Diane sauce. If you're not ready, guys, put it off to the arse, you need to start it out. So we're going to do garlic, shallots, mushrooms, cream, brandy, Worcester sauce, Dijon mustard, and some parsley. Get that all ready, okay, guys? You've got like literally a minute and you have to follow me. Again, guys, I did mention this before, that I'm just adding the chilli just to for like a bit of spice, to be honest, with anything tomatoey. So I'm just going to just chop through that, and I'm just going to add it to our bonbon sauce. Literally half a chilli, you want to blow my tits up.
What
full chilli in yours.
Yeah.
I'm going to check the bonbons now. Right, the bonbons are literally a minute away. We do need to add a little tiny drop of cream if you are putting that sauce in the pan, guys. A little drop of cream just to stop that from splitting too much. You're more than welcome to, okay? just a couple of seconds. So I'm just going to add it onto our plate now. You want to just create like a nice bed for the bonbon.
What should we put in a plastic bag? Right? Plastic bag.
You mean for the icing?
Yeah.
You're just panicking, mate. You're panicking more icy gyms.
Priorities.
Nothing about the bag. Just like put in the gym. Right, 10 minutes more, another bus on the veg, guys. We're nearly ready to go. Right, now's the time. Literally, this is a sprint to the finish line. We're going to get our sauce on. So, whatever pan you're cooking your steaks in, guys, get that back on the hob now. We're going to start going in about 30 seconds. I'm going to get our bonbon now. So,
I can stop panicking.
Yeah. So, just literally. Got a nice little toast to them. Quite nice. Oh god. So our bonbons are done, guys. Right. So your pan. Our veg is done. I assume yours will be as well, guys. You want your sprouts to be a bit crunchy. You don't want them to be limp. Nice shot like that. I have no questions this week.
Smashing it.
Here they are.
Yeah.
Pans on, guys, with all the steak flavours on there, which is really cool. We're going to get our shallots in first. I'll put you in a minute. Right, shallots in first, literally 30 seconds on the shallots. Just kind of getting a bit see-through. Mushrooms. As I say, I've done about 2.5, 3 mushrooms in, guys. Bit of oils to kind of get that moving on the pan. We're going to do that for around about
minute.
Yeah, thanks.
Neat.
I was remembering where to put my spuds. You'd know. So they should, like, your potatoes should have like adopted like a really nice, almost like a golden nugget colour. Nice golden, like a golden shine on there. That just means that they're absolutely perfect. So, in terms of seasoning your sauce, guys, the Worcester sauce holds a really, what's this thing? Concentrating this, yeah, I know, it's a bit hard this week. Put the gym down. So the Worcester sauce holds a bit of like a salty flavour, guys. So if you are seasoning your sauce when we're going to bring it up to serve, just bear that in mind. That the Worcester sauce already holds salt, so just be minimal in your salt. If you want to add it later when it's placed up, that's not a problem. Just tilt it up a little bit, cut my head off. You just see me double chin.
Tip, that's why I got you tip.
You're getting caught. Right, so once your mushrooms and your shallots start to brown, guys, you need to start to be thinking about adding the Worcester sauce, okay? Yeah. So ours is pretty much at the point where you need to do the Worcester sauce. If your mushrooms are looking really, really pale and you're slightly behind, don't worry. We're going to add it up. This is around about 20 mils. I'm going to put all of it in. Okay, then you want a tablespoon of mustard. Okay, guys, this is Dijon mustard. It's not too fiery. So it's pretty much the whole of the tub. And you want to just literally cook that off for around about 20-30 seconds, just kind of allow the mustard to do its thing. Start taking in. Yeah. It doesn't look very appealing to sauce at the moment, guys, believe me, it will be. And this is the point that you can add the brandy or you don't have the brandy. If you have got electric oven, guys, it won't flambe. Flambe just means it sets itself alight and takes the alcohol out of it. If it hasn't got, if you're not on gas, then it's not going to work. But don't worry, just allow it to cook it down a little bit. We're going to add the brandy in, and what you're going to do, you're going to just tilt the pan slightly to the flame of the gas, and it just takes the alcohol out of the brandy. Otherwise, you'll be pissed eating it. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is a 250 ml carton. You need about 200 ml, and that's with one big squeeze. Okay, now I'm going to season with some pepper. Oh, shit. And what's going to happen is the sauce will reduce. It'll calm down, a bit more calm now. Take a deep breath, Bex.
Take a drink.
I'm just going to just chop through your parsley. That's going to take about a minute to just simmer through. The plate that your beef steaks were resting on, pour the juices into the sauce as well. So the sauce will, over a minute or two, start taking like a brown type of caramelly colour. Don't worry if it takes a couple of seconds just to catch up, guys. It's not a problem at all. So now start thinking about getting your plates out. Our bonbons are ready, our veg is done, our potatoes are done, our plate's nice and warm-ish. And we're just going to add our chopped through parsley into the sauce. And that's going to take around about 80 seconds just to reduce. So, pour yourself a glass of wine, guys. You are literally about 30 seconds from plate to table. Siobhan, there was no nuts. What's that? Becky Sage has just said she ain't not so happy with that. Right, okay, our sauce is ready. So basically what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to place it up in the middle of the plate like that. Create a nice bed for your first steaks. Yes, just film that one's been easy. Cool. And then our steaks being resting, just plop them in the middle. So that is everything, guys. Diane, steak Diane, fillet are medium rare. Diane sauce, absolutely stunning. Bonbons, beef brisket bonbons with no nuts, Siobhan, okay? And then we've also got your leek and sprout veg and your potatoes, sauteed potatoes, I believe. That's it. Enjoy, guys. DM me, let me know your feedback. That'd be great. And obviously, I'd love to see some pictures as well. But yeah, stay safe, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Look at the boys.
On there, ready.
Boys. Bye, guys. Ta-ra.